Certainly influences on me were my parents and my grandparents. When I got old enough, I would go and help my grandparents on Saturdays and mow their lawn. And the treat for me after that was grandmother making me breakfast of basted eggs and a cast iron skillet that she would just spoon ladles of butter over the eggs, cutting up white bread and pouring the egg and butter over the bread and then cutting it up for me. It was just lusciousness of the eggs and the butter and the toast. By being Armenian, from an Armenian heritage background, food, family around the table is just how we grew up. So I was always interested in food, and early on I started making breakfast at home on Saturdays when we didn't have to go to school. Started with pancakes and waffles, and I decided this was really what I kind of liked. When I was 18 years old, I had been invited to Lake Tahoe by friends to ski. Bob Klinkner, who has since passed, a lovely man, Bob asked me, he said, "So you don't like it here?" I said, "Oh no, this is really a beautiful place. I would love to come here during the summertime and maybe work." And he said, "You just let me know and I'm gonna help you out in getting a job." And he did. And my first job was a busboy at the Nevada Lodge in North Lake Tahoe. Imagine I'm 18 now, 19 years old in Lake Tahoe. I'm driving a Porsche Speedster and life is good. There was more money in the kitchen than being a busboy. In the meantime, I had been working while I was going to school as a butcher. And I learned how to handle a knife and how to cut and break down meat. So that gave me the opportunity to get in the kitchen, and I realized after again spending the entire summer there that this is really what the culinary profession is, something I was really interested in. Got involved with the owner of a restaurant called the Four Winds in Tahoe City. Peter Apostolopoulos from San Francisco had bought the restaurant, and I was able to get involved in that operation as a meat cutter, again going back because of my knife skills. And so I did all the meat cutting, working underneath the chef, learned how to spend time on the broiler, cooking steaks. And Peter sold that restaurant and bought another restaurant up on Mount Rose. So we moved, the chef, myself, we moved up to Mount Rose, and this business that the owner bought was the Christmas Tree Inn. So we were open for dinner only. We did all the preparation, made our own bread, that's where I learned to really get into the foundation. I never did attend culinary school. It was something I wanted to do. In fact, after the 2 years that I spent in Lake Tahoe, I decided I wanted to go to culinary school, and I had applied to the CIA in New York City. I had moved back to Dinuba, was staying with my parents, and as it turned out, it was too late for me to get into the fall semester. So I needed to take a job. And I was offered a part-time job, again through a friend, at Vallis's in Kingsburg. Right after I interviewed with them, Jim took me aside and he said, "Jon, you understand that you're not going to get all of our recipes. And I said, look, Jim, I'm just here to help out. So I appreciate the opportunity, and we have remained very close friends over the years. I realized I thought I wanted to own my own business. And we decided to go to the Bear Club and sit down and have a cocktail. We met Mike Raffel, was behind the bar that particular day, and Mike suggested, he says, you know, we're building a new restaurant, and we're going to go from this bar business that we have into a full service dining restaurant, and we need a chef. So in 1973, I helped Mike and Willard Duddy, the two partners, design and lay out the kitchen. It was still in that formative stage. The business evolved over that period of time, became extremely successful, referred to as one of the better restaurants between the Vintage Press and Visalia, or the Outpost in Fresno. Greg Vartanian invited me to become involved in the Chefs Association. And Greg was an early influence. He invited me to be involved in the Escoffier Society in Los Angeles. And I met a number of chefs in Fresno, and we began to develop the Chefs Association of the San Joaquin Valley. Deanna and I purchased the Bear Club. And in order to personalize it, the Bear Club had such a great reputation. I just wanted to put my name in front of it, and that's how it became Jon's Bear Club. I decided that I needed to transition from the Chefs Association to get involved in the Restaurant Association. There are so many additional things that I needed to know about laws and things of that nature, and also to network with other restaurateurs and other owners. And what an expanding experience that was. The fact that we live in the San Joaquin Valley and the abundance that we live in, we have so much to draw from. So it was not difficult to create dishes of the moment based on the seasons. And that's what drove our philosophy from that period of 1985 and until I sold the business in 2013 after 40 years. But also during that time I had many dedicated employees. John Marie Loving, who worked for me, came to us in 1978. By having a great team in the kitchen afforded me time to be able to take away and also pursue this passion of wanting to race cars. I'm very proud of that. Customers in the restaurant would always ask me for recipes for a particular dish. There was something they would like, and there were never any secrets. I was always more than willing to share recipes and things that I had. So when I sold the business, I decided that maybe I needed to write a book. It's just been a journey, and it's just been a lot of fun. And this opportunity, the recognition that you folks have given me has just gone on beyond my wildest dreams, and I'm truly grateful. And I can't thank you enough. And God bless you all.